This is Sandy Gallagher welcoming you back into Thinking into Results. So how's your outlook today? Good, I hope. I trust you're ready to learn more successful tactics on producing results. With today's lesson, we're going to investigate how your attitude can be your compass for getting the results you want. You can choose which direction to take your mind, positive or negative. It's your choice. I really love this lesson, and it's made a really big difference in my life. Bob keeps telling me that I have a great attitude, and that's why I'm so successful. But you know, it's because I always look for the beauty in the contrast. If I don't like something I'm experiencing, then I reach for something that feels better, and it works wonders. Really, it does. Attitude alone, of course, won't get you the results that you want. You have to have the requisite skill and talent for sure. But if you don't have a good attitude, the skill and talent won't get you there. Many people don't realize that. Bad attitude, bad results. I don't care how talented you are. Listen to this quote. Nothing can stop the man with the right mental attitude from achieving his goal. Nothing on earth can help the man with the wrong mental attitude. That was Thomas Jefferson. When you have a team with a good attitude, and you have a team with the requisite ability and creativity, few things are more powerful. So let's check in with Bob and learn more about the attitudes that start a flow of energy that influences everything we do.
Hello there again. Now, remember I told you that the most valuable idea I had ever learned was the stick person? I want to review that. I don't think you can go over it too often. I've been going over it a number of times every day now for many, many years, probably longer than you've been living. And it's the repetition that develops the conscious awareness in our mind. The stick person is really the genie. I think I've already mentioned that. But the more you get to know this, the more you understand it, the more you're going to realize just what an absolute genie it really is. Now remember, the top circle is the mind, and the bottom one is the body. The body is the instrument of the mind. It does exactly what the mind tells it to do. You see, if you look at your body in a very simple manner, your body is a molecular structure. It's a mass of energy, and it's in a very high speed of vibration. Well, your mind is what activates brain cells. The brain cell is the electronic switching station, and it determines what vibration you're in. Now, we're going to lead this right into attitude, because attitude is, without question, everything. It was William James that said the greatest discovery of his generation was that human beings could alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind. Do you know, to really understand what attitude is, we must understand the stick person. So let's take another look at it. Remember, we said the top half of this large circle is the conscious mind. That is also the thinking mind, so focus in on it for a moment. It's sometimes referred to as the educated mind. This is where our intellectual factors are resident. This is also where our sensory factors are hooked up. As you see these little antennae sticking up there, you can hear, see, smell, taste, and touch. And they're the highways that hook you up to your outside world. They can be a blessing and a curse, I think was the way Moses put it. You see, we take a look at what's going on around us because we're a part of this outside world, but we don't want to let it control us. We want to control it. And we do control it if we understand how the mind functions. If we don't, we will probably become the plaything for what is going on around us. Now, your conscious mind can gather information from outside, but it also has the ability to originate information. See, there's a power flowing to and through you. I refer to that as pure unadulterated spirit. The scientist would tell you it's energy, but it flows to and through you. And as it flows into your consciousness, it is either negative or positive. Now, these two little symbols, the minus and the plus sign, they represent the law of polarity. And the law of polarity said everything has an opposite. There's a positive and a negative pole, and you have to have both to have anything. It's the inside, the outside, the up, the down, the hot, the cold, the yin, the yang. You see, When this power flows into you, it just is. We make it what it is. We're going to make it negative or we're going to make it positive by virtue of the thoughts that we choose. Now, your educated mind has the ability to think. Here's something else that you want to focus on. Your conscious mind also has the ability to reject. It can accept or reject. So as ideas and information comes into our consciousness, we have the ability to determine whether we want to accept it, whether we want to let that be a part of our life. Do you know, we frequently watch the television or listen to the radio or look at the newspaper, and they'll tell us the economy is going to be bad. Do you want it to be bad? If you don't want it to be bad, just reject that idea. You see, in the very worst economy, there's been people experience a great economy. During the Great Depression of the 30s, there was people earning millions of dollars. Not everyone succumbed to what was going on outside, and you don't have to either. When someone shares something with you that's negative, it could be real and it could be right. Get rid of it. Don't entertain it. Don't internalize it. See, the conscious mind has the ability to accept or reject. There's a cute little concept that I've been using for years. When someone comes up to you at work and brings something up that's negative, and it could be real and it could be right, but it's not doing anybody any good, just say, that's interesting, and then change the subject. Don't get caught up in it. Just say, that's interesting, and then go ahead and change the subject. And flip over to something positive. Talk about the person you're talking to. Talk about something they do well, and they'll flip over to that in a heartbeat. So do you see, the conscious mind has the ability to originate ideas. It has the ability to originate thought. It has the ability to accept or reject. Now let's go to the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind does not have that ability. Your subconscious mind is totally deductive. In other words, it can only accept. It cannot reject. And it accepts everything that comes to it as real. Think about that for a moment. It has no ability to reject. Play with this for a moment. Just mentally relax. Build a real beautiful picture on the screen of your conscious mind. It could be from the past or it could be something you think is going to happen in the future. Just close your eyes and let yourself get emotionally involved. And you know something? Your subconscious mind will take it and accept it as if it's happening right now. Because the truth is, in your mind, it is happening right now. See, in the mind, that's all you've got is now. And your subconscious mind will accept whatever you give to it. It'll accept it as real. It has no ability to differentiate between what's real and what's imagined. You know, if you get involved in what's called imagined reality, it's a beautiful concept. You're turning your world into something that you want it to be right now. Now, some people say that's not being realistic, but it got us to the moon. It built the internet for us. It got Hillary to the top of Mount Everest. It put the Wright brothers in the air. So do you see, if your next door neighbor laughs at it, just go ahead and let them laugh and say, that's interesting. But realize, your subconscious mind will accept whatever you give to it. Now let's put the two of them together. Here we are on a conscious level. We've got the ability to take this power that flows into our conscious mind and build whatever we want out of it. Or we have the ability to just accept ideas that come in from the outside world, reason with them, and say, that's good, and accept that. And then we can turn that image over to our subconscious mind. And our subconscious mind accepts it as real. And whatever is impressed upon the subconscious mind controls the vibration of the body. So your mind-body is going to be in a vibration that is dictated by the ideas that you impress upon your subconscious mind. Negative idea, you're going to move into a bad vibration. Positive idea, you'll instantly move into a positive vibration. Now get this, if you are mentally and physically in a bad vibration, that's all you can attract to you. Do you know in that hit runaway movie, The Secret, they talk about the law of attraction. And the way it's talked about, it sounds like it's a primary law. It really isn't. It's a secondary law. The primary law is the law of vibration. See, the vibration you're in is going to dictate what you attract. Vibration is the law of the universe. That law states that everything moves, nothing rests. We literally live in an ocean of motion. Now, when you take a positive idea and internalize that, you move into a positive vibration and you begin to attract like energy to you. You will attract people that are in a positive vibration, conditions, circumstance. It just happens that way. Now, this is where you literally control you. Now, I quoted William James earlier, where William James said that the greatest discovery of his generation was that human beings could alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind. Do you know, Viktor Frankl was a Viennese psychiatrist that spent the war years in a Nazi concentration camp. And he said this was the last of human freedoms, is that we had the ability to choose. And he said in the worst circumstance, we can choose meaning, and we can see meaning to life. Now think about that. Regardless of the intellectual or physical abuse that man was subjected to, he had the ability to hold a positive idea on the screen of his mind. No one can cause you to think something you don't want to think. And you have the freedom to think anything you want to think. That's where a person is truly born free. We are the only creature, so far as we know, in all of the universe that can think. Certainly in this world, you have the ability to think. Thinking is the highest function of which you're capable. And it's the thought you think to control your feelings. And your feelings control your actions. Now let's think of what attitude is. Do you know, Earl Nightingale created a program many years ago that I truly love called Lead the Field. And the very first message in the Lead the Field program was called the magic word. And the magic word was attitude. And it truly is the magic word. You see, your attitude is going to determine where you go in life. It's everything. It's the foundation of either failure or success. Bad attitude, bad results. Good attitude, good results. Now, your attitude is a difficult thing for most people to define. You go and ask 100 people what attitude is, and they'll stare into space and they'll give you an answer. But they probably won't give you the same answer as the person you just asked. I'm going to give you the answer of what it really is. Attitude is the composite of our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions. I always say it's much like a cake. If you sat down in a person's home and they gave you a piece of cake, you wouldn't say, hey, that's great flour, good spice. You'd say, that's good cake. Now, what is the cake? The cake is the composite of a number of different ingredients all brought together, and we call it a cake. Well, you see, attitude is the composite of a number of things brought together. Your thoughts, your feelings, and your attitude. You see, your thoughts, feelings, and attitude is an energy that you send off into the universe. And whatever you send off into the universe is what's going to come back to you. As a matter of fact, it comes back while you're sending it out. You see, nature abhors a vacuum. You concentrate on a positive idea, you activate positive polarity on cells in your brain, and you send off a positive charge of energy. This can be measured. And as you send off that positive energy, you take on an equal amount of like energy simultaneous to sending it off. Do you get the idea? As you send it out, you take it on. And you can set up a magnificent vibration. Now, I have people from time to time come to me and tell me how their place of work has a negative attitude. And I just look at them and I say, change it. They say, no, it's at work. I said, change it. Do you know that one person can change the whole world? One person changed my world. I might be one person that changes your world. And you know, you can change the world of the people that you deal with. You go around with a good attitude regardless of what's happening. W. Clement Stone in 1970 was the wealthiest man in the United States of America. He was a little guy that built a big insurance company. And he had a philosophy. In fact, Earl Nightingale made a recording of it. That's good. It didn't matter what happened. He'd say, that's good. And then he would instantly start looking for the good in it. See, everything is good in it, and everything is bad in it. What do you look for? That's what your attitude's going to be. Your attitude, now let's keep in mind, is our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions. Now think. It's the thoughts we think that we impress upon the subconscious mind that controls the vibration we're in, because whatever we impress must be expressed. This is a magnificent word. Attitude is really the key to everything you're ever going to achieve. Keep your attitude right. And if somebody else has a bad attitude, just move away from the person with the bad attitude. You can't change their attitude. You can certainly help them, but you can't do it for them. They've got to do it for themselves. I can't do it for you, you can't do it for me, but you can sure do it for you. Do you know, you want to become your best friend. And remember, Earl Nightingale was right. Attitude is the magic word, and the stick person is the genie. This is Bob Proctor. Thank you.
Bob has just stressed the importance of attitude. It really is the magic word, as Earl Nightingale says. It's going to determine where you go in life. It literally is the foundation of either failure or success. Your attitude's a composite of a number of things that are brought together. It's your thoughts, your feelings, your actions. It's energy that you send out that's easily picked up on by others. And whatever you send out is going to come back to you. Positive attitude, positive results. Negative attitude, negative results. It seems really simple, doesn't it? Your exposure to this powerful material over and over again, it will help you change your attitude and change your results. The attitude worksheet in your guide will really open your eyes to how your attitude controls everything you and your team do. Use and remember the attitude formula to take responsibility for your results. Thoughts plus feelings plus actions equal your results. Are you inspired to change the way you see the world? What do you choose to perceive differently right now?